ESPN.
Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by the Wise Take True OG, Paulie D. You can find him on Twitter at Paulie with 8 Ds. Paulie, how you doing today, man?
Good, bro. Another winning night. Just under $1,000 on like 220 in entries. So profitable night back to back. Maybe a little heater starting. No late scratches today across the industry, so that was a positive. And got a pretty nice looking slate tomorrow. Crazy slate tomorrow.
Yeah, a fun and game slate, so to speak. But I don't want to downplay the fact that you are on a heater, man. Winning big win the other night. We did the cheat sheet video earlier today, round 2, and go figure the cheat sheet would hit again. And and nice cash, man. Keep it coming, bro. Stay hot with the nation. And I saw some tweets from some of the guys who used the cheat sheet today, and it's nice, man. It seems like it's working for a lot of people. I saw somebody tweeted us they won $200, getting taken first place in a small tournament, which is great because obviously the contest selection was there, something we also preach. So that's nice to see the combination of the cheat sheets and the contest selection. But ladies and gentlemen, we are also joined by the very popular CashinDFS, the man who needs no introduction. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, how we doing tonight, man?
I just can't wait to see who I find who's going to screw my lineups today. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait for this show.
Clearly, man, I could feel the enthusiasm.
It's crazy how me and Cash got wool hats on.
Yeah, I know, man. That is so funny. You guys are in Florida, and it is extremely funny. In all seriousness, it was like right now it's deathly cold. I'm in Jersey, so I don't normally complain of but it's like you go outside, your skin's gonna get frostbite. That's what it feels like right now. I couldn't breathe, bro. I was in my car earlier. I cracked the window because I was smoking a cigarette. When I tried to take a breath, the wind, I couldn't breathe. I'm trying to talk to my brother-in-law. I'm trying to talk to him literally, and I'm like, and he's doing this. Like, it was cold, man. It was like I don't know why that happens. I feel like maybe it like numbs your lungs. Like cold things numb stuff. Should probably stop talking about this before people find out that I don't know much about that kind of stuff. So anyway, man, the nation's been hot overall, man. I know. There always seems to be one or two guys that kind of hold us back, but tomorrow's slate, man. Oh my God, it's great. It's great, but it's more so great from a fan standpoint. It's not great from like serious player standpoint because there's just too many options. But from like a fan of the game standpoint and just you want to have fun, throw some donkeys out there, it's phenomenal. Like you have a lot of fun building lineups tomorrow. That's the one thing we have to admit, right? You can have fun building lineups tomorrow.
No. I'm not gonna have fun.
You can rip your hair out doing it.
I'm gonna build. I think I'm gonna build just one lineup. That's it.
I don't know how can you
like,
possibly decide on one line?
There's
but that's actually
there's just
a way
too
to
much.
approach
Like if you miss like if you fade Chalk Paul George and he goes for 60, you just whatever, it's over. Yeah. So if I make 3 teams and I want to fade them on all 3, I mean I'm just gonna lose everything. That's true. It's just so many. Like just look at this. Like it is insane.
Yeah,
there's so many studs. Like if you don't play the one that just goes off, you're just screwed.
Yeah, I mean,
well, at least for winning. I mean, you can still min cash, but
it depends on the ownership. But like, I actually like that approach on these kind of slates. You just put all your focus into like your one best lineup, enter it into like a little bit higher dollar, smaller field tournament. And as long as you don't hit any of those landmines, like if you fade Paul George and he goes 10x, if like the chalk busts and you faded it, there's an easy way to the top of those smaller field tourneys, and you don't have to get all crazy about playing 30 lineups and getting everybody. You know what I mean? So there's something to be said for that approach on those kind of days. I actually don't mind doing that sometimes.
Yeah, like take your stance. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Move on.
Every single person above 8,000. Except Marc Gasol I mean, T.J. Warren is just terrible without Booker. I mean, oh my God. Miles Turner, Mark Gasol, above 8,000 on FanDuel are really the only guys that I could say don't have a 60-point ceiling. Like, everybody above 8,000 could get you 60 except those two. So, I mean, good luck. Like, you better get it right, because you'll be in trouble, man.
Yeah, there's a lot to pick from. It's interesting because I was actually going to ask you guys what your approach typically is on these kind of slates. Because it's one thing to have a big slate, it's one thing to have a 5-game slate, whatever. This is a little bit different. It's a big slate with like just a ton of just fantasy goodness, and it's you can't fit it all. So it's
there's revenge spots, like two big, huge revenge spots. Dwight Howard versus Harden, and Paul George back in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. And then Oladipo playing the Thunder, the team that punished him and sat him in the corner.
Yeah,
this is gonna be insane.
Yeah,
and then you got Big D against the Boogie Monster.
Big D against now that's an anatomy battle. Am I right, Cash? Is that going to be a battle of the anatomies? Right? Come on.
I wish they covered each other, but oh my God, whew, it's insane. And if Anthony Davis misses, like Drew Holiday, but then he's gonna have Middleton on him, and Middleton's been playing great, and just everything. Like Bledsoe gets Rondo D.
Oh yeah.
And Rondo's been balling without AD too, and just it's just every game. I could go over every game and be like, there's just great spots all over the place. Almost every single game here.
There is.
What do you guys think about like chopping up the slate and playing like the smaller slates? Like the express, the lates, stuff like that on this kind of.
I think that's solid, man. It's the same thing with like a large football slate. How people will play the 1 p.m. only just to shrink the size. And why wouldn't you do it on a slate like this? When building lineups are going to be tough to if you're doing one, it's going to be hard to build. You got to take a stance. You can't play everybody. You just can't.
So, the 7:30 slate would be 2 games.
Well,
and then then they would have a late. I think they would have all 4 games that start from 8 to later. Yeah. And then after hours, that's 2 games too.
I wonder if they'll have one for the 7:30 and 8s. Probably not, but maybe.
Usually they don't. Usually it's an express that's just 7:30s.
Right. Just was hoping on account that the slate is the way it is. But you know what, guys?
I wish they would make a slate. I wish they would make a slate that was like there's 3 7:00 games. Like make a slate that's 7 o'clock.
NFL. Yeah. They never do that.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Because sometimes you'll have 4 games at 7, and you could have a 4-game slate. That'd be fun. Instead of
you'll have all the news.
Like I hate 2-game slates suck. 4-game slates that's great.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree. 2-game slates suck. But either way, we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna take a look at this, go position by position. We're gonna talk some of these plays out and compare some of the pricing. You guys looking over at FanDuel. I'm gonna keep an eye on DraftKings. We'll stick to the FanDuel positions because it's easier. I'll just mention guys, obviously, but it's more like let's see if we can find some price inefficiencies or find a way to make this stuff work. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Paulie, I'm gonna start with you. If you can start off with point guards, take us down to around the 6K range on FanDuel.
All right, so Westbrook, 11-2. He's about 1,000 cheaper than the 3 other big stars on this slate. Indianapolis is 18th DVP against the point guard. I think he's definitely in play and a good pivot away from PG-13 ownership. You play him instead of PG and just hope he balls out. Dame, I think, is too expensive. Same goes for Chris Paul. Kyrie's game time decision, if he's playing, I love point guards against Denver, so I might have some interest there. Kyle Lowry's in a great spot here against Phoenix. Phoenix on a back-to-back. There could be some blowout risk. Eric Bledsoe's my favorite point guard, I think, on the whole slate at 6,900 against New Orleans. And Austin Rivers from Orlando and 6,200, and Gallinari back out at 6,200. I could do that too.
Yeah, I definitely like the calls. One thing I'll mention with Kyrie Irving, Horford has, I think, already been ruled out. I'm pretty sure Horford's out.
Yeah, he has been ruled out.
Kyrie, at least like, what did you say his FanDuel price was, Paulie? I don't know if you said Kyrie.
81.
He's 82 on DraftKings. There's a couple plays here that with the pricing is pretty similar. Bledsoe also, you said he's 6'9", he's 6'8" on DraftKings. So that's two plays that they're similar on price, which I think, in my opinion, would mean that they're even better plays on FanDuel. But they're both good plays on DraftKings. But just to note, Kyrie he's one of the more affordable options considering the upside. I know he's been Mr. 4X this year. But without in a great matchup in a pace-up spot at home without Horford, that's something to keep an eye on because of his price. Because you mentioned the other guys, Lillard's all priced up, Chris Paul's starting to get up there, and I love the Bledsoe call. Cash, talk to me about your takes on point guards down to 6K.
I mean, this slate could be really fun for tournaments because you're gonna have chalky guys, and you're gonna have guys that are gonna be low on that have tremendous upside. Like there's like Kyle Lowry. Like I don't see Kyle Lowry gaining a lot of ownership against the best matchup in basketball in Phoenix.
Yep.
You got Damian Lillard who has been balling. Like, I mean, he is a lot less than Russ, but I don't see Dame carrying the same ownership as Russ. But there's just so many studs. Like everybody can't own ownership has to be spread out.
Yeah.
But yes, I do like Russ. Russ went for 60-something against Indiana the first time, while Paul George did nothing at all. But this time, Paul George goes back to Indianapolis. But I don't know, man. I mean, Russ, it was over 60 he went against Indiana. And Indiana might be without Collison. Not like Collison is a great defender, but that'd be Corey Joseph.
He went for 66, 28 real points in that game.
While you guys are talking about Russ, let's just put this out in the open. We'll get there at small forward, but obviously Paul George, he's very cheap on both sides. Could we all agree in this revenge spot going back home to Indiana that he's going to be, even on this slate with massive options, I would think he's going to be among the most popular players on the board.
He was chalk the first time when they played in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, right. He's definitely chalk. Like
it's just price. His price is too cheap.
All year. It's the cheapest he's been all year. It's actually back in Indiana this time. Oladipo made comments about wants to be stopped compared to PG-13. Like there's so much going on here. He's definitely chalk, and he's probably a good play. But
it does make things interesting for a guy like Westbrook.
If he doesn't go for like 6x or more, then he is fadeable. Like the fade would be right.
Yeah. Keep going.
He could go. He could go for 6x on that price very easily.
Easy.
Oh yeah, and a pace-up spot too. Indiana, one of the fastest-paced teams, I think, this year.
I mean, oh my God, it's gonna be Bogdanovich and Stevenson on him. Yeah. So I like Russ. He is a little cheaper than some of these other guys.
What was his price over there, you said?
11.2.
Yeah, he's the same price too. Interesting.
And Giannis, Harden, and Boogie are all 12 and 12-1. So he's like 900 to 800 cheaper than those guys.
Yeah, those guys is where you're getting your discount on DraftKings. Like the other guys, Westbrook's the same price exactly, but those other guys, there's nobody in the 12. So if you want to play those guys, maybe you come to DraftKings. Unless you can make it work. Who else you got?
And Dame, like he's gonna be super low on, and then it's not a good spot. But Dame, if Nurkic misses again, like he could go off again, but it's not what you want to attack in Miami. He's probably partying tonight too. Like he's probably on South Beach on the Strip, just getting down. Gonna have a few hoes in the room tonight. His legs gonna be weak in the morning.
Oh yeah.
But it's still Dame, and if Nurkic doesn't play, he's a good play because he's going to be low owned, I would think. Chris Paul, the minutes is back up, and he gets Kemba defense. So if you want to fade Harden, save some money, maybe Chris Paul goes off. This slate is going to be super tough. I really like Kyle Lowry because I think he's going to be low owned, and he has major upside against Phoenix. The only problem is Phoenix is on a back-to-back.
Yeah, there's big
They just played in Sacramento. Elf Payton has been horrendous. Just the coach, the coach just sits him.
Yeah, coach don't even like him. Like, I don't even know how you play him over the other point guard, right?
It's the hair, bro.
Yeah, no.
It's the hair, I'm telling you.
I don't know what it
Doesn't make any sense. His price is not coming down either, and he's not doing anything.
His price
Chris
came
Dunn,
up on DraftKings. He's 7-2 now, out of nowhere. He's just 7-2.
Yeah, he's 7-7 over here. Chris Dunn's been balling, but that's against Utah. Eric Bledsoe, that's Rondo. So yeah, you know we like that.
Yeah.
I really like Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers gonna have Elf and what's his name? Augustine. With no Gallo. Last time he came to Orlando, he went off, but his high school number was retired. Like his high school number got retired the day before.
Yep.
But he's still coming home. Like he went to Winter Park. Like he was all Florida. Like he was good. So, I mean, he's gonna be sleeping in his own bed tonight because Doc still got the house over there. Like he's gonna be sleeping in his own bed. And that's it. To 6.
Yeah,
I really like Austin Rivers.
Yeah, you know, it's funny with all, like, on this kind of slate where, like, realistically, you're trying to fit in as much upside as you can because there's upside everywhere you look and you just want to get the best deal on each. Those two guys compared to some of maybe the bigger names that we've talked about, I'm talking about Bledsoe and Rivers both. To me, it seems like from a value standpoint, obviously not from a dollar value, but from a value of, you know, their usage and their production, their ceilings compared to some of their peers who are, you know, priced way up. I think that they stand out to me also. So I think all three of us are kind of like, it just stands out, right?
I mean, at almost half the price of Russ.
Right.
If Russ goes for 60 and Austin Rivers goes for 45, 50, I mean, you're ahead.
Yeah, because you needed that money. You could have used that money to get your Boogie or your Big D or whoever else it is with the savings. Paulie D, want to take us down to Value Town?
Yep. Rondo's a no-go for me. I don't like point guards against Milwaukee, so I'll be fading that. Rubio, man, getting the minutes, but he ain't doing nothing with it. I don't think you need to do that on this slate. First guy is Tyler Johnson, 4,700. He's averaging like 29 minutes a game, putting up 25s to 30s. I'd give him a run. Van Vliet, I think, is interesting too. If you have a bunch of Lowry, you should build a Van Vliet team and play the blowout angle, and maybe he gets you that 6x. That is it, man. Like, these cheap guys, like, you really gonna need like 8x out of them. I don't really see anyone else down here that gets me excited right now. Maybe something will change with news tomorrow, but Van Vliet, especially if you have a lot of Lowry, and Tyler Johnson, really the only two guys I have interest in.
I mean, with so many of those options that we just talked about up top, it's hard to even want to look down there, is it not? It's just like, Cash, Value Town, you see anything?
Yeah, if AD is announced out before lock, which I highly doubt because New Orleans loves to announce players that's been hurt all day after tip.
Yeah.
After they announce them in the starting lineup. Yeah. That dude on YouTube comments, I'll say whatever I want to. This is my show. You want to say what you want? Get your own show. That right there.
That's right.
Stop watching. I say what I want to. Oh yeah, I like Rondo if AD is announced out. If AD is in, I just don't think he has the upside. He's just, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think his ownership would be on this slate?
I think it's going to be high because of what he's been doing.
Yeah, me too.
But I would want AD out.
Bucks are 4th DVP against the point guard. Like, that's just a fade, right? Like, you wouldn't go grab Rivers?
Oh, I would.
Every time?
100%. Oh, yeah. All the time. Yeah. But he just doesn't need to score. He can go out and get 18 assists. And he can get 12 rebounds. So that makes me love Rondo all the time. Again, no matter the matchup, just because he's just a freak. He's weird. Like he ain't like normal guys. I love Rondo, but I'd have to have AD out.
Yeah.
Ulis left tonight, but then he came back. He left with a hip injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think he'll be good since he actually came back into the game, but we'll never know. So if he was announced out, which we're not going to get that news, I mean,
yeah, 9 o'clock.
Just not going to get it. But Mike James will be in play for sure if you wanted to take that chance.
Yeah.
Not a great matchup versus Lowry, but, I mean, somebody's got to do it. And he's the only point guard left. If Ulis misses, he's the only point guard on the scene.
Yep.
Corey Joseph, if Collinson is out, he's in play, but he's usually when he's starting, he is not as good as when he's coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just started last game when Collison was out. That game actually went to overtime. That's why he was looking at it, and all these guys were playing so many minutes against Denver. Played 31 minutes, got 12 points.
Wow. Yeah. That ain't going to do
but
it.
I love DJ Augustine, though. If Fournier is already out, if Aflalo is announced out, they're going to play him and Elf together. Yeah. He's going to be out there. He's only $4,000, and it's against the Clippers. So I really like that. Like, I think that could be. I don't know if people jump on it because he had a good game last game, but Aflalo has a back problem. He has back spasms. So if he's out, I like DJ Augustine. Even if he's in, I still like DJ Augustine because he's going to play minutes. Yeah. And if he's playing well, coach is going to bench Elf like he did last game.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's it. Remember, CK, you were like, I want to find out from the coach why Elf didn't come back in the first half. Like,
he was playing good. He was
doing good, and he just didn't bring him back.
Just didn't come back.
Because the second string was doing fine. I think they brought him closer into the game or something. But it's just, you don't want to take that risk on this slate, so you're not playing Elf, I don't think.
No, not especially not now that he's priced up on DraftKings. Obviously, I play on DraftKings. He was priced up. He's 7-2 now. He was just 6'4" the other day. All of a sudden, he's 7'2". He hasn't even played 30 minutes. And then
he should be closer to 6.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because he rarely ever plays over 30 minutes.
I agree. I definitely agree.
What about Moutier?
Murray went off today. And it's rare that Murray will do it twice in a row. You know what I mean? I'm not, you don't want to play that card on a slate like this. You don't want to, I'm going to justify playing this guy because Murray doesn't play. There's too many good options to go
it's Malone. Like, Malone just got done sitting for Reed 0 minutes after he's been playing. And he just the other day when there was a play in Orlando, he played 31 minutes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So with Malone, man, it's just, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, you don't know. You definitely don't know. One thing I'll say, Cash, the Mike James call is interesting. I forgot all about the Tyler Ulis thing. I did see that the note earlier. And one thing about the hip, it's like if he got hurt today, most likely if it was significant enough for him to say it hurt, he's going to be sore tomorrow, right? Like it's the next day that you're sore.
We know what happens when guys are sore.
Yeah, what happens in the NBA when the guy has a sore hip, Cash?
Sore hips.
That's my man Kevin Love, man. Ask the Love Doctor. What happens when you got a sore hip? But it's interesting because number one, if this game is a blowout, which anytime Phoenix is involved, especially in a back-to-back, it's a possibility with Booker out. Then Mike James would get the run anyway, most likely, because he's not the starter. So this seems to be like Mike James. It seems like a decent spot for him to get minutes. Doesn't mean he's going to do great. He's got Lowry, but it does seem like a spot where you can maybe feel somewhat okay about whatever you think he's going to do, he's going to get X amount of minutes. This might be the one spot where you can justify he's going to play at least 20-something minutes. You know what I mean?
If Ulis is out, he should play 35 minutes.
Right. Yes. If Ulis is out, definitely. But if Ulis, because he's going to be at least sore. You know what I mean? So they're going to be somewhat caught. They're not going to have him out there if they don't need him. If he has a banged up hip. You know what I mean?
He has a sore hip.
Anyway, he has a sore hip. We know what happens with people with sore hips. Paulie D, take us over to shooting guard.
Man, there's so many options here. Harden's obviously a good play, but assuming Batum's out, playing defense, but I just don't think I'm gonna be paying up for 12K guys on this slate. Oladipo, 10K on FanDuel. Wow, finally got there. I don't know. If Roberson's in, there's just no way. DeRozan, him and Lowry, great spots, nut spots. I think you almost play them together in a stack with some other Phoenix guys, and then don't play them in any other lineups. No for Brad Beal. Yo, what's Lou Williams on DraftKings? He's 8,200 on FanDuel.
7-9.
7-9. I mean,
no, I was guessing.
Who? Who are you talking about?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams.
Oh, sweet Lou. He is 7-7. Close, Cash.
This price seems crazy, but with Gallo out, there is a chance he could go 6x on that and put up a 50 spot here. He's going to be taking a ton of shots. I'm not going to say no to Lou Williams there. Donovan Mitchell, this guy's in play every day. Tyreek Evans for sure. Drew Holiday, if AD is out. If AD's in, he's a no. Tyreek Evans, I like in a pace-up spot against Washington. Barton, game time decision. He left the game with a back injury. That's interesting. McCollum, he's in play again. He's a little bit too cheap in a good spot against Miami. And that is it above 6K. Okay. McCollum, Evans, Mitchell, Lou.
Okay. A quick question on your boy Depot. I know you love Depot, so I know it kills you that he finally got up there to a point where you're having a hard time considering. He's 9-2 on DraftKings, still up. But do you think he's more playable there?
If Roberson's out, absolutely. If Roberson's in, no.
Right. Fair enough. Cash, talk to me about shooting guards.
I don't know. I disagree. I love Victor Oladipo, whether Roberson plays or not. Roberson played the first time. He put up 35 points, real-life points. So people have been shooting guards have been going off on Roberson recently, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
maybe he was hurt before he was out. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I mean, I hate to attack him because he is a great defender, but they've been going off. So with the price, but I still don't see people jumping off of him.
He just put up 71 DraftKings points in his last game on the Depot. His last game was against Detroit.
It was Denver. It was
against Cavs, wasn't it? That was the game.
No, it was against Denver with overtime. He played.
Was it Denver?
Yeah. It was on Sunday. You're right.
It's Denver.
You're right.
Denver. 71.75 he went for.
Yep.
Yeah, I think people play him, and I want to play him too. I mean, I would rather. I'll take the $2,000 savings and just hope he gets within 10 of Harden.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way he's more than 10% on this slate.
You don't think so?
No way.
He's just not the name. He's just not. He's not the. People still don't know who this guy is.
When they click, that's a shame. But when they click on the name and then click on that game logs, and see 69, 50, 43, 68.
Yeah. So there's a couple factors, right? If Collison's out, that gives him a boost. If Roberson's out, that gives him a boost. Then those two, you can play him here for sure. If Collison's in, I think that's more impactful than the Roberson D thing. Like, Roberson's banged up. So if Collison's in, I say no. Roberson's in, I think I'd probably play him with other people in this game. Probably not a standalone. And if Collison's in and Roberson's in, I probably won't play him here.
Yeah, I don't think that I would have him without. Oladipo's not going to go off.
And PG and Russ.
George or Russ or somebody's going off over there. It's just not going to happen. So you don't play him as a one-off. He's in there with one of them two at least. And probably maybe both of them. If you can afford that. But you probably can because Paul George is so cheap. But guy right underneath him, DeMar DeRozan. I think he put up a 50 against Phoenix last time. That was at home. Now it's even better in Phoenix. Bradley Beal, all back-to-back against Memphis. I'll probably pass. Lou Williams. I mean, they're going to have to put Simmons on him. That's what's going to have to happen. That has to happen. Because if it's not Simmons, he could just go off. It has to be Simmons.
No, but the thing about Lou, too, is he doesn't start. He comes in when those guys are, going to the bench for the first time and,
Yeah, but once he comes in...
Yeah, he doesn't
even leave the court.
I know.
Yeah, but also Simmons has been playing a ton of minutes, too. He's not really leaving the court anyway.
Yeah, no, he's playing over 40. but he's playing more minutes than most starters in this league.
Yeah.
Like he's playing 35, 37, 36, 35, 36, 37, 36, 37 every game. Most starters don't play over 35.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once he comes into the game, like he barely even leaves after that. Like he just plays the whole rest of the game. Like he comes in the first quarter, he plays the whole half. He comes in the third quarter, plays the whole rest of the game.
Yep. Right. And he's taking 20 shots and close to 10 threes a game. Like, I think he's worth consideration. I don't think he's going to have any ownership.
No, not at that price. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would rather go to Rivers, but he's in a good spot too.
Yep.
But it's just the price. I would rather save the 2,000. And Rivers going to have the ball in his hand a lot as well.
Could you play them both though, and like bring it back with like two guys from Orlando, and Simmons maybe.
Simmons, yeah. Man, all these like every single one of these guys except Bradley Beal, I like. I like Donovan Mitchell. Like Holiday cannot guard this guy.
No chance.
I like Chris Middleton because he's been balling.
Yep.
Like he's been balling.
Yo,
Drew Holiday. I mean, he's too big. What?
Middleton's 6'8" on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, he's been balling. And Drew Holiday, like, I expect him to be uber chalk at 7-4 after that last game. But
who would you prefer, Middleton or Bledsoe? They're the same price, I think, on DraftKings.
Bledsoe.
I prefer Bledsoe too.
Bledsoe.
Yeah, me too.
Would you play them both and feel okay because on DraftKings they're both cheaper?
No.
I mean, the only way you could do that is if you're going to game stack it, but then you couldn't play Big D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one
you
of
can't
those
play.
guys,
You can't play all three of them because all three of them's not going to go off.
No, you definitely can't play all three.
One of those guys has to miss. You know, and it's not going to be Big D in this game against Boogie. Big D shows up against all the big opponents. So, like, one of them, too, is taking the back seat, and Bledsoe's the point guard. He's been taking more shots lately. Like, it's like I see Middleton having the least chance of having, like, the big game.
Exactly.
The only reason I agree with you on Bledsoe. I have Bledsoe plugged into my dummy lineup. I liked him also. But the thing about Middleton is I'm trying to think of who's going to end up covering him.
It's going to be Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday? So it'll be...
And Rondo on Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Okay. So then who's going to... Which one of them is going to guard Big D?
Oh, it's going to be Cunningham in his sore knee.
Cunningham. So there's a good chance that Etuan Moore gets squeezed out of the lineup here?
No, Cunningham's
going to start at 4 if AD is out, and if AD is in, it'll probably start more because they have been
more on Brogdon. Is that what they'll probably do?
Well, no, Brogdon come off the bench, but more if he starts, he's going to start on Middleton. Oh my God, no! Like maybe he does start on Middleton because you can't put more on Big D.
No,
you got to put Drew Holiday on Big D.
No chance. So
I don't know. This coach is a moron as well. There's so many of them. Like, I don't know how you start more in this spot.
Etuan Moore
with all these guys so big and long.
Yeah. Etuan Moore will guard the guy that's least. Drew Holiday on, like what you guys said, what's his name? Middleton.
Big D.
Rondo on, obviously, Bledsoe. And then who's the other starter? No, they can't.
Exactly.
It would be... Who are they going to put on him?
The starters is Rondo, Drew, Moore, AD or Cunningham, and Boogie.
But if AD's playing, they could start Cunningham, send more to the
3. They could, but Coach has not been doing that. No matter the matchup, he's still putting in Moore.
In that case, I think Moore would guard Middleton, and then Drew would guard Giannis, right?
Me too.
I mean, Etuan Moore on Middleton?
Yes.
It sounds like a disaster.
Well, it's a way bigger disaster if he's trying to swing from that D. Because he's going to have major problems in. Like, major problems.
Who's the other two starters from Milwaukee, though? Because we're missing a guy. Because, like, isn't Gary Payton been starting or Snell or something like
Gary
that?
Payton. So they could throw more on him.
That is right.
They could throw more on that
Snell out, they've been starting Gary Payton, but he plays like 5 minutes and then doesn't come back in, and Brogdon plays, though.
So then
he'll be guarding Brogdon.
He'll be guarding Brogdon. Like, there's another guy because Milwaukee has no bigs, so it's like
that's right. I don't know if Snell is out, but if Snell is out, then Peyton's been starting, and he plays like 5 minutes.
A lot of question marks in this game, like in terms of who's in, who's out. But Snell right now says listed out for Wednesday's game.
Okay.
Want to know what's not in question in this game? That is two great head coaches. Two great head coaches.
Phenomenal.
And right under Drew, another guy with major upside.
Yeah.
Tyreek the Freak, major upside.
Yep.
Will Barton, if he's not hurt, major upside. Every single freaking player has major upside on this whole entire freaking slate.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum does not, because CJ McCollum has been awful this year. CJ McCollum is putting up 25s almost every day.
On the daily.
But he's on the road, and he has a better matchup than Dame does.
If Nurkic is out, you can play him. If Nurkic is back, I wouldn't.
And Nicholas Batum, he has a nut matchup if he's playing, because it'll be Harden, but it might be Ariza, but I think it'll be Harden.
I'm seeing it looks like he's doubtful. I mean, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean anything these days. Mm-hmm. But as of now, he's doubtful. Just to throw it out there.
Yeah, well, I know who I'll fire up then.
Yeah, I have an idea too, and I think I know who you're talking about.
That the next
after he just busted at 50% ownership.
Okay, then we are talking about the same guy. Okay, good. Paul, you want to take us? Cash, is there anybody else you want to go over? Or should we kick it to Value Town?
No, that's it. Every single guy has huge upside,
except for McCollum and one other person though. There was one of the
Beal.
Beal.
I mean, Beal does too, because I don't know if Wall's gonna play, but. It's against Memphis, and it's a back-to-back. So that's the guy I would stay away from in his whole range. Like, I would not click his name.
Yeah. All right,
Paul. You guys think Wall's going to play tomorrow?
I don't think so, because I thought he was
pretty close to playing today.
Yeah, I thought the
he was
reason
going to play today in an easy matchup, and then take off today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think he was going to play a lot, like 15, 20 minutes or something. But why would you want to put him against Memphis instead of Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. I think he sits out again today. I
don't think there's any way any of us click on Beal at 8-6 on this slate, though.
I agree. Exactly. That's why it's one hell of a crazy-ass slate, because you could click that name. He can go get you 50+. It is possible.
Yeah. No, it's true. Paulie, take us out of Value Town.
All right. So Gary Harris, if Barton is out, that is certainly in play. Oh, Rodney Hood is back in our lives. No interest in playing him at that price, but just a quick note that he's back in our lives. Lamb, 4,900. He's in play for sure. I actually don't mind Brogdon down here at 47 in this same game. Antoine Moore, if he's going to continue to play 40 minutes a game, then we got to consider him. His price isn't budging. I don't know why. You could give Pat Connaughton a look. He's still playing 25 minutes a game, especially if Nurkic is out at 3-7. And that would probably be it. You know what? If that point guard is out for Phoenix, Ulyss, then Troy Daniels at the min price gets in play. He's been playing almost 30 minutes a game, just hasn't gotten his shot to get going. But if you get some point guard minutes, and I would consider that. And that's it. One more. Trayvon Graham at min price if Batum is out. Been getting 20, 25 minutes at min price as well against Houston. Big pace up spot. I'd consider him in a Stars and Scrub build too.
Okay. Cash, Value Town. Anybody?
I got to interrupt this podcast for a minute. Did you see who the Yankees picked up today, Paulie?
No. Who?
My dude from the Padres, Jabari Blash.
Wow.
Yeah, that's for you, Paulie.
He was just like a free agent? They just scooped?
No, they traded Headley.
Oh, okay. Back to the Padres.
Wow. So that means when one of your
great move. They just dumped that waste of a salary.
Yeah, they saved $13 million.
Lefties, and he mashes lefties.
He's a stud. That's right. He's a freaking stud.
Wow, dude. We are loading up. Love it.
Loading up.
Hate the Yankees. Okay, now I'll go to Value Town. Harris, I do like. Tough matchup, but I only like him if Barton is out. It is a tough matchup, though.
Yeah.
He did well today. Like I liked him. I did not like Barton. I thought Barton would see Bradley. Like he didn't even have many points, but he just did everything. He had 4 steals, 9 assists, 6 boards. Didn't even play that many minutes. 30 minutes, 39 fantasy points.
Where did those assists come from? Like I gotta watch that game, see how that all went down.
Because all Murray does is shoot. He doesn't even pass the freaking ball.
Oh, so they were through Murray.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I just know Murray. I could go look at Murray. I bet he had like 1 assist. So they just let Harris handle the ball and be the distributor. But there's a guy right here that is one of the guys that I despise in the league. I think he's garbage, but he's cheap, and he has C.J. McCollum defense, and that is Dion Waiters.
Yeah.
Could be a sneaky option to maybe go have an upside, but he hasn't shown it in a while. I mean, he did get 31 against San Antonio, but before that, it's been a little while. But he's cheap. Great matchup. He could do it for you. Eric Gordon's been playing huge minutes, but I don't know. Yeah, I like to play him. I like to play him that cheap, but he just had a big game.
Let's go back to Waiters for a minute. It's actually pretty interesting. So I don't know what happened last game against Memphis. They also got blown out. They only played 24 minutes and took 5 shots. But the game before that, he went 1 of 10 shooting, 0 of 4 from 3. Then he had that great game against San Antonio. Then the game before that, again, 1 of 10 shooting, 0 of 5 from 3. But getting big minutes with Whiteside out, I think that's actually pretty interesting. You know,
I like it at that price.
Yeah, that's a guy that can get you 8x.
Because that's McCollum defense. Like he could beat McCollum. Like that is for sure. He likes to drive to the rim, and I think he's a good play.
Yep.
And I really like Jeremy Lamb coming off a terrible game where he was super chalk with James Harden defense. If Batum is out, yes sir, you can sign me up for that. At 4.9, he's not going to do what Drew Holiday did, but he could damn sure go for 35. He could even get 40.
Yep.
Like that is a possibility. So I do like that. Brogdon gonna play big minutes. He might do nothing. He might get you 25. Doubt he goes off for you. Etuan Moore, massive game. I think I'll fade. Like,
yeah, there's so much.
I just think I'm gonna fade because he's not that big of a dude. He's gonna have some guys with some long Inspector Gadget arms on him.
Yeah. Even Brogdon's a good defender.
Yep, and he just doesn't have those Inspector Gadget arms, but he damn sure is a good defender.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like I don't think I want anything else. The only thing else would be Wayne Ellington as a punt. That's just a donkey GPP play because he's a shooter. He can get hot with bad defense on him.
Yeah, I definitely. I think I'm with you guys. I'm off of Etuan Moore. You want bigs against Milwaukee. That's where they're weak. You don't want to take small guys against these dudes.
And it's major pace down. It's like the exact opposite of his last game that everyone's going to be looking at.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Definitely.
Wayne Ellington just played 30 minutes. He's normally getting at least 20 though, but he's a good play at min price if you need min price shooting guard.
Yeah, you might need it today. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of things you want to pay for. Paulie D, take us over to small forwards.
Big D. I think this is a spot you play him. What's his DraftKings price? He's 12-1 on FanDuel. I think I could still play him there.
He is 11-3.
11-3. Doesn't look like he's
$300 cheaper than Harden.
11-3. I mean, I'll play him there for sure. But even on FanDuel, like against New Orleans, with AD, without, I don't care. I'll probably have at least, 25%, maybe more. We'll see. TJ Warren, like the only way I'll play him is if I'm playing Bledsoe and DeRozan, and like you're gonna need him to keep that game close. Paul George, I don't know how I stand on this yet, but it's a really good spot and a really good price. I don't know if I could fully fade him. Like Cash said, like he can go 8x, maybe more, and you could just be done. It's a big time pace up spot. He's back home. I wish he wasn't on this slate because it just really makes it bad. Nope, the Otto Porter. Simmons, he's getting expensive, but definitely in game stacks. He's got 45-point upside, so yes. And that's it. Down to 6K.
Okay. Cash, what you got for us, small forwards?
I mean, I look at Big D, and I love Big D. I love to be in a store with Big D is going off, like I already tell y'all. And I would just scream out, I love Big D. But I'll have the ICK in there. And I don't care. And I'll scream it. And people will look at me crazy, and I'll be like, you heard me right. I love Big D. So you know I love Big D. I love Big D every day.
Yeah.
Every single day I want Big D in my life.
Very, very
TJ
on brand,
Warren.
yes.
TJ Warren, I mean, I can't do it. Like,
I know.
he burned me today. Like, he's constantly burning me since Booker is out.
Yep. But you talk about playing Lowry and DeRozan, like, you got to run him back if you play those guys, right?
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know if I think I would just play one of them, like maybe play Lowry or maybe play DeRozan, and just
hope they get there by themselves in 3 quarters.
Yeah, that they get me there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because this dude has been killing me, bro. Like, killing me. And last time against Toronto, he had 8 fantasy points. 8.
Yeah.
8.
And DeRozan is long, man. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's not easy to play. He's just long, man.
Like, he got me 27 today against Sacramento. Like, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, that was bad.
And the price is not coming down, just like Elfrid Payton. Like, the price is just staying there. It's just glued at 8 Gs. No matter what he does. He's putting up 8 burgers.
8 burgers.
He's literally getting 0.8x on his salary. And he's staying there. Paul George, I mean, how can you not love that? 7.6. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous price. They should have priced him up. I know he just came back from injury, and he hasn't been playing great, but you just got to know he's going back for the first time. Like, price him up. Do your job. Like,
what's his price over there?
7.6.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
you gotta put him at a price where you gotta think about it. Like, at 7.6, you don't even have to think. You just click the name and move on and build the rest of your team. Like, there's not even thinking involved. So if you want to put your balls on the table, you fade that and hope that he aggravates this little injury he has, or he just does what he did the first time. I think he had. I can't remember right, but it was not a lot, and Russ went off.
And it's Bogdanovich, D.
Yeah, I know. And Stevenson too, and it's just. And if Victor Oladipo gets switched on to him, he's just too small, and it's just a great spot. Otto Porter, oh god, this guy. Jonathan Simmons, I hate the price, but he's gonna have great defense on him. Like, he's gonna have Lou Williams on him and Wesley Johnson on him, and maybe even some Rivers on him. Like, none of them guys can stop anybody. So I do like Jonathan Simmons at 6'5". He's gonna play a ton of minutes, especially if Aflalo is out. He will even play even more minutes. Like, if the game is close. I mean, if it's not close, then he might only play 30. But if it's close, he should be getting close to 40. I do like that. And that's it.
Okay. Paul George is very, very. It's going to be very, 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 very tough to. Like I said, Cash, we got 2 nuts, right? Sometimes you can just put one out there. Paulie, take us over to a value town. Take us down to value town.
Jaylen Brown, I have interest with Horford out against Denver. Wings against Denver is a very good thing. MKG coming off the game of his life. Like, he's 4,800 though. It was like price came down in a pace-up spot without Batum. You definitely have to have interest, but he's no lock button, but he's definitely in play. Wes Johnson goes back to being in play with Gallinari out. It's a great matchup here. If they put Simmons on Lou Will, then I don't know who's going to be guarding him. If it's like a Flalo or whatever they got. Um, I don't know. I'm discouraged. I guess Lance is in play too. 4 or 5. They're probably going to need him. He's been playing big minutes recently, especially if Collison's out. And Darius Miller, if Cunningham is out, I'd go to him at 3,700. And then good old Evan Turner. Mother.
Good. I had a feeling. I was wondering in the back of my head. I was like, I wonder if he's bummed because he's about to mention Evan Turner. Because all of a sudden, I could sense your mood just slightly.
Yeah. So
what's so funny,
Evan
Cash?
Turner, man. Yo, so when the game started last night, right, I had my score set, and the closest guys in the Slam and the Donkey were 23 points away with Evan Turner. Like, he hasn't been doing that this year, but Nurkic out, he gets to start too because Harkless doesn't play either. And he just goes off in the first half for like 19 FanDuel points. So I'm like, I'm done. In the third quarter, he only gets like 4.8, 23.8, 1 point above me. And then he doesn't come in the rest of the game. Like, I don't understand it. Like, if Harkless is in, I won't play him. But if Harkless is out, I guess he's in consideration at that cheap. I did like what I saw in the first half. Don't know why I didn't come back in a close game. And I think that's it down here. Juan Hernan Gomez, if Barton's out, would probably become in play too at min price.
Sorry that I made you relive that, Paulie. I truly am.
Nah, that's all good.
It was a good night. I know. I'm just messing around. Cash, value town for you, small forwards?
CK is an a-hole. got me crying over here. Y'all can't see him, but
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
He making faces at me. He got me crying over here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jaylen Brown, just I can't click it. Like, I can't do it. I don't care. I don't even think I could do it if Kyrie and Horford was out, just because he ain't been doing nothing since he's came back, and just none. I don't know. Like,
Morris is out too, and Horford. Like, they're shorthanded.
I know, but I will click on some of them other names because he just ain't been doing it. Like, I don't know what I mean. I know his best friend just died, but the day that happened, he went off.
Yep.
But other than that, like, since he came back, man, it's just not been good. And I just don't think I could do it. Ariza, he's in play because he's so cheap, but I like Kid Gilchrist here. Like, I think this is his kind of game, up-paced games with good players out there where he needs to defend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I do like him here at 4.8. He's probably pretty popular, but maybe not. Like, maybe because Kid Gilchrist is a guy like that people just skip over and don't even look. Yeah, they don't look, so they don't even check that game log, so they don't even know he went off.
Yeah.
So that might be the case, but if everybody's going to talk about him, then maybe he becomes popular. But I like this. This is my kind of game for MKG. Nwaba has been playing great, but it is Utah, so that's tough. Lance Stevenson and Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich had maybe his worst game of the year, the first game against OKC. It's not a good matchup for him if Paul George is guarding him. It's whatever. It's just that's a minute thing, just like Ariza is. But Wilson Chandler, price went down. Not a good matchup. Darius Miller, like, I think Darius Miller should play over more because he's bigger. He needs size, but he's not. I mean, he's not as talented as Moore, but
only if Cunningham's out for him.
Yeah. Evan Turner, you never trust that. Like, you never trust Terry Stotts with anybody except Dame, and that's it.
Yeah.
On mute. Mo Harkless might come back too, so that would even maybe even lower his minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Paulie, move us over to power forwards.
All right. So this is a position I'm probably going to be paying down. Doubt I'd play AD. I mean, he's got upside, but I think he's going to get Giannis D, and I think they'll just Boogie's. This is a better spot for Boogie. Aaron Gordon, I would have some interest, but I don't think I don't think I'll play him his first game back off concussion and at a high price. Melo is actually in play here. Forwards against Indiana, we always look at, but it's so hard to go there too. It's like you can't play him if you're playing Russ. I guess you could play him with PG. Then you got to bring back some Indianapolis guys. I guess Carmelo only in a game stack. Thaddeus Young, I do have interest, and Jason Tatum is probably my favorite play that I've mentioned so far on this list. Thaddeus Young and Jason Tatum are actually the only. Forget everything I just said. Just Thaddeus Young.
Forget everything. Forget everything I just said.
Yeah.
I like
just Thad Young and Jason Tatum.
Boom. Cash. What you got at power forwards?
I got my Melo game.
You got one from him?
I think that was the day the Saturday podcast I did with Jeff. Jeff says, there's no way I can play him. There's no way. I said
against Memphis.
Yeah, I say, you know what? That's exactly what I want to hear because I want to play him because eventually that shot's gonna fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it happened. Like I got it. I got 43 from him. So then I jump right off. I don't like this spot that much for him because it's Thaddeus Young. So Thaddeus Young is super athletic. Like I don't love it for Melo, but he's only 6'7", so he is cheap. Jason Tatum will be a name I click. I could click that over Brown any day.
Yo, Tatum gets a 5% bump with Horford and Morrisov.
He has a low floor.
Yeah,
but he's actually showing me like he's getting me in the 30s. So
multiple times.
Yeah, I can go there for sure. Like I would rather click him than Brown.
I don't see how he could leave the court. That's how thin they are. Like I just feel like they're just gonna have to play the whole game, kid. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
He's young enough.
But yeah,
he's young enough.
I do like him and Olynyk. Nah, bro.
Not against Aminu.
No, he's starting at center, so it would be against Leonard.
Miles Leonard.
Yeah. Oh, unless Nurkic does play. If Nurkic plays, I don't think he would start at center then. I think they'll put Olynyk out there. Yeah.
Who else you see? Anybody else?
That's it.
That's down to 6. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Paulie D, take us down to Value Town, man. I'm wondering if you'll find any value here because so far we're kind of hurting for strong value so far.
Yeah, there's a couple in this spot, but Nectat is in play. Portland's very weak against power forward. I don't mind Nectat at 59. Reed at 55 is actually kind of interesting. He's probably going to play unless he gets hurt. But if he didn't play because coach's decision. Boston struggles against bigs. He will get the run here. Trey Lyles, that whole Denver situation we got to look into. Frank Kaminsky, 3,800. He played 17 minutes first game back against OKC and went for 27. Expect him to play more minutes now. And he's too cheap, so that's a good value play right there. Jeremy Grant, he played 19 minutes his first game back. Forwards against Indiana at 3,600. I could have some interest there. Theus for Boston, I believe is min price. 3,500. He got 11 minutes last game. Horford played. He gets the second biggest bump with Horford out, expecting him to play close to 20 minutes. And against Dallas in 17 minutes, he got 29 points. Against Philly in 13 minutes, he got 24. Let me see if he had any games with serious minutes. 22 minutes against the Lakers, got 27. 18 minutes against Sacramento, got 25. So if this guy sees in the 20 minutes, he's going to go 8 or 9x on that price. So he's definitely in play. And maybe Mirotic too, going back upwards from the Bulls. I don't think that Markkanen's going to be out, but if he is, then Mirotic becomes pretty chalky. But if Markkanen is in, you could still consider Mirotic at 4,800. He's a stretch 4. I don't think favors do well against him, so he might have to do some scoring for the Bulls tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, anything in value time power forwards?
Another one of my favorite guys in NBA, Serge Ibaka. Last time against Phoenix, I was all in. Got me almost 40. I expect the same right here.
You've been playing good lately.
Phoenix cannot start a power forward. And it's just super fast-paced game. Like, this is my kind of Serge Ibaka spot. I do not play this guy often, but I was all in Phoenix last time. I might be all in again today at 5.8. His price is up. Like, last time I think it was 5.3 or 5.2. But he's been playing well. That's why his price is creeping up a little bit. You know who's not playing well? Al-Farouq Aminu. Absolutely killed me the other day.
Yeah.
Kenneth Faried. Who knows? Maybe he plays 0, maybe he plays 35.
Yeah.
I hate coaches that, like this Sacramento coach, like with Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
This freaking coach with every single person on his team that's not Will Barton and Harris.
And now like Darrell Arthur's in the mix. Like, come on.
Yeah, this coach he's insane. Like,
you just don't need to make this play on this slate. You know,
I think he smokes crack like 5 minutes for the game and just comes up with something random. I hate that guy. Markieff Morris, you're such a baller. I looked at him today. I think he had like 3 at halftime. This guy is such a baller. Sabonis. This is revenge for Sabonis as well. At 4.7, nobody's clicking Sabonis when they got Mirotic and Portis right here. I mean, Mirotic is a better play. So, I mean, probably good reason they're not clicking Sabonis. But me, I might click Sabonis. He's only 4.7. It's a revenge spot. Maybe he has a good game. Maybe Turner gets in foul trouble. Maybe this, maybe that. Maybe Thaddeus Young turns an ankle. And then he'll get Melo D. He could destroy Melo.
He'll go to work.
I do like him. Trey Lyles has been playing minutes, but no upside. Not for me. Portis.
Nah. Only if Markkanen's out.
He can't, like, if Markkanen is playing, he can't play the backup center, right? Like,
no, Mirotic would probably be backup center first.
Yeah, I don't think I like that. Yeah, no. But Siakam, like him, especially if it blows out.
Yeah.
Dude could put up big points in limited minutes. Last time I thought he was gonna outscore Ibaka because Ibaka had a bad first quarter, and this kid came in and outscored Ibaka in 2 minutes when Ibaka played 10 or whatever he did. So I got scared, but Ibaka came back. But he's a good play, and I love Frank Kaminsky. This is a Frank Kaminsky spot for me. I like him a lot. Up pace, way too cheap. You know who you don't play? Ryan Anderson is almost min price. Don't play him at home. Just don't do it. Even at min price, just don't do it. Terry Stotts, you're such a great coach. Didn't play Vonleh at all. Then Vonleh comes in and just starts going ham immediately, right when he enters the game. You're such a great coach, Terry Stotts. Let me tell you. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no. Move it over. Daniel Theus. Horford is out.
Yeah.
He could play some center against Plumlee. Plumlee's not that big. He could play some center. He's in play at min price.
Yeah. I agree with the Theus call too. Let's move it over to centers. Paulie, we're gonna just do a full rundown of the centers. We're gonna get rid of the barrier. No price barrier. We're just going to do a rundown all the way through, top to bottom.
Gotcha.
Paulie, you first. Cash, you second. Let's do it.
AD's out. You play Boogie at 12K. AD's in. I think he's too expensive. You go find better value. Vooch is in. Actually, I think Jokic is potentially going to play tomorrow. With Horford out, they ain't got no answer for him, but he's kind of too expensive. Vooch is definitely in play. Guy's been showing us 60s. Clippers are terrible against centers. He's certainly in play, especially if Aaron Gordon's out. Dwight Howard at 88. Oof, I don't think I'd go there. Gasol, 8,100. I don't think I'd go there either. Miles Turner, negative. If Nurkic is back, he could be in play. Steven Adams, 6,900. That's kind of high for Steven Adams, but Pacers are terrible against center. Joe Valanciunas finally went off, got 27 minutes, 5K against Phoenix. That could be interesting. Mason Plumlee is definitely in play tomorrow. He played 30 minutes at 5K against a team that struggles versus bigs. Bam Adebayo, if he finds his way in his starting lineup, I'd give him a serious look. Aaron Baines, 3,600. He's probably going to start tomorrow. He could definitely make big value too. And I think that's it. Yeah, Baines is definitely a good value play down here, and Bam if he happens to start. Plumlee and Joe Val around the 5K range, and then it's probably just Vooch or Boogie for me.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, center rundown.
What in the world does Clint Capella got to do to stay on the court?
Yeah, man.
I mean, what is Mike D'Antoni doing?
I don't get it.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
23 minutes, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, 51 fantasy points, 23 minutes.
No, I don't get it.
Just makes no sense to me.
And it wasn't even like just that game, you know, like
he hasn't got over 30 in freaking forever. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate stupid coaches. DeMarcus Cousins hasn't been getting there, but he can get there against the Bucks.
Sure.
Vucevic, love to death. Dude has been balling.
Yeah.
Keep raising the price or keep playing. Dwight Howard. I hate that price, but I love Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard has hatred for James Harden. Like, real hatred. Dwight Howard hates James Harden. So he does go back to Houston and put up some numbers. So I like it. Marc Gasol is a bag of garbage. Miles Turner is the same. DeAndre Jordan, he's all right. I'd much rather find the money for Vooch.
Yeah.
Gobert, no way. Clint Capella, he's going to play 23 minutes. So who knows? Steven Adams. Oh, man. I'm a huge fan of Steven Adams. But hold on. Did Greg Monroe sat today, right? Altogether, 0 minutes, right?
Yeah, I don't think he played at all.
Good job. Thumbs up. Play Greg Monroe. He's going to start. Chandler is going to sit. So that also means that Lynn is in play because Lynn can go off.
Yeah, I prefer Lynn, actually.
And Robin Lopez, he should have to play big minutes. Gobert could destroy him. How many minutes? Let me look at Gobert's minutes. I just pass him by. He's nothing.
26, 27, 28, last 3.
Come on, let me get over 30. Give me over 30. He's in play because Lopez, Geico has no chance. Like, Geico is terrible. Oh, Valanciunas. Like, I can't jump on that. They never trust that coach with Valanciunas. Like, I just made 27 minutes. Gotta love NBA coaches. Holy crap. Marcin Gortat. Dude had 19 fantasy points at halftime today at 4-7. He finished the game with 19 fantasy points against Brooklyn. He put up a donut in this whole entire second half. Girl twat is garbage. Bam long neck Adebayo is in play only if Nurkic plays. Spates is definitely in play if Aaron Gordon is out. Baines is 100% in play at almost min price with no Horford. He should play minutes, but maybe only gets 20. Who the hell knows? Love NBA coaches. Miles Leonard, he's whatever. He's blah. Only if old boy is out. Nurkic. That's it. Damn, I love NBA coaches, man. 23 minutes, Clint Capella. Great game, man. Great game. You're on mute, CK. Can't hear you.
It's good because I just said something that shouldn't have said on YouTube, so it never happened because I was muted. But that's gonna do it for the position by position breakdown. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We started a little earlier than usual.
I wish all of y'all good luck because this is no fun.
Yes,
this is no
going
fun.
To be. This is going. You know what? I'll tell you what is fun. This is a fun night to watch basketball. Right? This is going to be some good games. It's going to be fun to watch, the anatomy battle between both Oladipo and Paul George and Big D and Boogie and, all the stars. I know they're not necessarily guarding each other, but they're still going to be relied upon heavily.
Yep. And you know what's going to happen? Westbrook is going to take it. And Drew Holiday is going to take it. Yeah. And Bledsoe is going to take it. Yeah. Because everybody's just in such great spots.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of value. Unless something opens up, I can see this being a situation where people feeling like they have to jam in all these, at least on DraftKings, feeling like they have to jam in all these people, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a balanced approach do it, at least for DraftKings. FanDuel, though, it's going to take a lot to sell me on that because Paulie D cheat sheets with the stars and scrubs method has just been hot. But anyway, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. That like button means a lot to us. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Guys, we wouldn't ask you to do it if it didn't matter. It does. Helps keep us going. Don't forget to head over to wisetech.com. Check out some of our packages for more fire DFS content, access to Paulie D's cheat sheets, access to CashinDFS's GPP articles, BK's cash game articles. We got models. We got the Y stream every Monday through Friday. An hour and a half before the slate to guide you up until lockout. Of course, the chat is always bumping, man. You guys come hang out just to talk to some of our members, man.
You didn't even say that old dude won $50K yesterday in a donkey.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I cannot believe that. Wow. That is, shout out. Yeah, we shouted about on Twitter. But, yeah, we had somebody, a listener to the show, take down the $8 donkey. Paulie and I are actually going to be doing a video with that lineup in it, but reviewing his lineup, yes. But great point, Cash. Shout out, man. Wow, 50 G's, the $8 donkey on DraftKings. Great point, Cash. So from all three of us, great job, phenomenal job, beautiful thing. Just
who's next?
Beautiful thing. Who is next? That's the question.
He had MKG.
He did have MKG. That he did. Who is next? That's a great question. And stay tuned for the video. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, those of you listening, the NFL podcast with Patio Joe, Slim Gady, and Mr. Cam, Young Man Cam. So don't forget to check that out tomorrow night. Of course, we still got basketball after that. Don't you worry. We will get you your cash and DFS fix. So, anything in closing before we get out of here, Paulie?
Who's next, baby?
Who's next? Get used to it, right?
Get used to it. Every night, another winner.
Every night. Cash, what about you? Anything closing?
Don't listen to anything I have to say.
Well, there you have it. Take that for whatever you think it is. Oh, there he is. High Times for You. That's the YouTube account. I don't have the address, but yeah, shout out to you. High Times for You. I see you in the live chat right now. Congratulations. 50 G's, man. Awesome job. Keep it coming. Get used to it, as Paulie says. So then, for Cash and DFS, for Paulie D, and myself, and the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.